By early 2026, electric air taxis moved beyond the design phase and into the physical world. Competitors like Joby Aviation are already conducting Federal Aviation Administration conforming tests, moving closer to launching the first commercial passenger routes in the United States. In the United Kingdom, Vertical Aerospace, trading as EVTL, entered this race with a significant theoretical advantage, a backlog of roughly 1,500 aircraft pre-orders. Established aviation giants like Japan Airlines and American Airlines have already committed to these airframes, planning to use electric lift to connect major regional hubs. However, aerospace manufacturing requires immense capital reserves. Even with billions in potential future revenue from these orders, Vertical Aerospace faced a critical liquidity shortage by early 2026, with cash reserves originally projected to run out by mid-year. Two major setbacks accelerated this financial decline. In August 2023, the company's first full-scale prototype crashed after a propeller blade fractured and shattered during a flight test. Investigators identified delamination as the cause, a structural failure where the blade's composite layers separated under load. The loss of the aircraft forced the engineering team to restart their flight test campaign from zero. This hardware failure was followed by a legal assault. Archer Aviation, a direct competitor in the U.S. market, filed a patent infringement lawsuit against Vertical. Archer claims that Vertical's recent designs infringe on specific intellectual property related to aerodynamic wing surfaces and high-performance battery technology. For a startup yet to deliver its first aircraft, defending against complex patent litigation is a massive drain on resources. Every dollar spent on legal fees is a dollar taken away from aircraft certification. With a prototype destroyed and a legal battle looming, Vertical's cash reserves dwindled. For investors holding the EVTL stock ticker, every month of flight testing became a race against a fast-approaching liquidity deadline. To prevent a mid-2026 bankruptcy, Vertical secured an agreement in principle for a financing package totaling up to $850 million, led by Mudrick Capital and Yorkville. The immediate runway consists of $160 million in working capital. The remaining $690 million are phased facilities activated upon hitting program goals. This initial $160 million covers operations through the 2026 fiscal year, providing a window to validate their technology. This funding provides Vertical exactly 12 months of operational runway to clear the high-stakes engineering milestones required for certification. The first tangible result of this capital is the completion of Vertical's third and final full-scale VX4 prototype. Adding this third aircraft to the fleet doubles Vertical's flight test capacity. It allows the company to collect data at twice the previous rate, which is critical for meeting their 2028 certification target. The team is now focused on achieving a full piloted transition flight. This is the moment the aircraft moves from a vertical hover to forward wing-borne flight by tilting its rotors 90 degrees. While the VX4 prototypes gather this data, the company is finalizing the Valo, the upgraded production intent model that will eventually undergo formal regulatory testing. The purpose of the $850 million lifeline is to bridge the gap between these early VX4 tests and the finalization of the Valo design. Vertical Aerospace is positioned strictly as a manufacturer. Their business model is to build aircraft and sell them to operators, mirroring the traditional relationship between Boeing and the major airlines. This is a narrower strategy than competitors like Joby, who are attempting to both build the aircraft and operate their own passenger booking networks. For this model to work, the Valo must achieve full type certification by 2028, proving it meets the same safety standards as commercial airliners. The outcome of the Archer lawsuit is the primary variable here. If the legal battle requires a major redesign of the wing or battery systems, the current funding will likely run out before Vertical reaches that 2028 deadline. The outcome is binary. If Vertical survives the litigation and certifies the Valo on time, they can begin fulfilling those 1,500 pre-orders, shifting the company from an R&D-heavy startup to a high-volume manufacturer in the global aviation supply chain.